Cool. It looks like everyone's here, so I think we could just get started. Can I confirm that I'm audible? Let me turn my sound up. Okay, I'm audible. Great. So thank you so much for being here and coming to our pilot showcase. You all have done so much hard work, especially across 3 learnathons with a huge amount of information being thrown at you. So we're really proud of you for that. And thank you for just going along with us, navigating challenges with maturity and a lot of skill. Okay, so the way that this is going to work is we're going to have a little showcase. So essentially a round table environment where every team gets to go in turn. And at the end, we'll give you all feedback and you'll all be able to learn from that feedback and you'll be able to learn from each other. So it's a rare chance to be able to see what your peers do and get some inspiration. No pressure at all. We want this to be a really comfortable environment where you can still get a chance to present to, a small group of people and get that experience in. So we hope you're excited. I know we are really excited to hear what you've prepared. Next slide. I think I'll head it over to Legend or Evan, sorry, to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice for you guys to be here. I'm gonna be talking about the learnathon topics that we have learned. So in the first learnathon, we have learned document processing. Basically, we took a document and we converted it into text chunks using Python. Then in learnathon 2, we did more advanced stuff by taking these text chunks that we created and turning them into numbers that the computer can find related searching methods. And Legend talked about project management. And for the third learnathon, we learned about prompt engineering. So basically finding a good way to manipulate ChatGPT to give you good answers. And Sophie talked about user story development. So yeah.
Okay, if you guys head over to the meeting chat box, you'll see the order of go. So our first team pitch is team 3 with Andrew, Wang, and Riley. For the second presentation is Jasper and Zachary. Third one, team 5, Azalea, Kevin, and Joy. And the last one is Claire and Tina. So that's the order of go. And you can start whenever you're ready. And we'll be taking notes to give you feedbacks. We'll be giving feedbacks after all of the pitches. So we'll to the end and we'll give you all the feedbacks. All right. Please share your screen for the presentation. All right, great.
Hello, everyone. I'm Riley, and this is my teammate Andrew. And today we are thrilled to introduce a project that we have been developing, the PDF Homework Categorizer. It's a powerful yet simple to use tool designed to make homework management easier for students, teachers, and even parents. Picture this scenario. It's the end of a school day and students are handed a stack of assignments, all in PDF format. There's math, science, history, and maybe even a group project with various due dates and different levels of difficulty. Without a clear way to organize and prioritize these assignments, students often feel overwhelmed, which leads to procrastination and missed deadlines. Our solution, the PDF Homework Categorizer, changes that. It's a software tool that scans PDFs, extracts assignments, and categorizes them by subject. But it doesn't stop there. It also prioritizes the tasks based on due dates, the length of the assignments, and the estimated time it will take to complete each one. In short, it helps students manage their workload better, submit assignments on time, and reduce stress.
So let me explain how it works. The PDF Homework Categorizer begins by extracting text from uploaded homework PDFs using the PyPDF2 library in Python. This step ensures that assignments, regardless of format, are accurately captured to extract at least 80% of the text. During the stage, the tool logs the extracted text, making it available for further processing. Once the text is extracted, the next step is generating AI-based text embeddings to categorize assignments by subject. Using tools like sentence transformers and OpenAI embeddings, the raw text is transformed into structured data, which allows the system to categorize assignments into subjects such as math, science, or history. The goal is to accurately categorize at least 85% of the extracted text, which is stored in a database for easy access. Following categorization, the tool moves on to the question-answer system, allowing students to input questions such as, "Can you organize my schoolwork?" and receive relevant responses. This process is powered by OpenAI with the goal of achieving 90% accuracy in answering student queries. Finally, the system undergoes full testing and debugging. The tool is tested across a range of homework PDFs to ensure smooth transition from PDF upload to query responses. Any bugs are identified and resolved with the goal of achieving a 95% success rate across all features, ensuring that students experience a seamless and reliable homework management tool. Next slide. Feasibility. You might be wondering, is this tool feasible? The answer is yes. We've already built a working prototype using Python, and we rely on well-established libraries like PyPDF2 for text extraction. Even with basic programming skills, students and educators can understand how this tool works, and they can even contribute to its development. The tool's functionality is intuitive enough that any student with 101 level Python knowledge could assist in improving or customizing the tool to fit their specific needs. It's lightweight and efficient, so performance won't be an issue, even when processing multiple PDFs at once. Another factor in its feasibility is that it's not resource intensive. It doesn't require heavy server loads or expensive hardware. The tool can run smoothly on a standard school laptop or desktop, making it accessible to schools of all sizes and budgets.
Now let's talk about the different people that will benefit from this tool. The first stakeholder is students. Students are the primary users of this prototype, and by helping students organize their homework in a more manageable way, we're enabling them to plan and avoid the stress of cramming. Imagine a student who receives homework in multiple subjects all due at different times, and instead of mentally trying to organize everything or create a messy to-do list, the tool automatically categorizes and prioritizes tasks. With clear visibility, students can focus on completing their work without feeling overwhelmed. The second stakeholder is teachers. Teachers aren't the direct users, but they benefit from this prototype because students can submit their assignments on time. Think of it this way: when students are organized, teachers spend less time dealing with late submissions and more time focusing on instruction. Teachers can also monitor student progress more easily, ensuring that their teaching is aligned with student workload. The third stakeholder is parents. Often, parents worry about their kids staying on top of their schoolwork, and the PDF homework categorizer offers a solution. By helping students stay organized, parents can rest assured that their children are managing their homework more effectively, which can lead to better academic performance and a less stressful home environment. The fourth stakeholder is school administrators. In the future, we see schools adopting this tool on a larger scale. School administrators could endorse the tool and distribute it across different classrooms or even entire schools, leading to a more organized and efficient student body. Future potential. So looking ahead, the potential for the PDF homework categorizer is vast. As we continue to develop the tool, we see it evolving beyond just homework management. In the future, the tool could integrate with learning management systems like Google Classroom, allowing students to directly import their assignments from online platforms. It could also expand to handle other tasks such as extracurricular activities, projects, or even personal reminders, becoming an all-in-one tool for students. On a broader scale, students could adopt the PDF homework categorizer as a standard tool for all students, giving educators real-time insights into homework trends and helping to personalize education. Imagine a world where students are better equipped to support students based on how they manage their workload. With the right data, teachers could adjust deadlines, provide additional resources, or even change the teaching methods to better align with students' needs.
Okay, so these are our image demonstrations. We're going to be live demonstrating them later. So you can see that there's an input box where students give instructions to the GPT, a file drop down area where students can insert their files, so where the GPT can access the text in them, and the output in which the GPT will output a table with 3 columns, one for the subject, one for the due date, and one for the priority. Next slide. One of the other features is that the user can ask the GPT about questions about how to improve their efficiency with time management, and then the GPT will respond with information sourced from multiple reliable PDFs. Next slide.
This script is designed to process data from a JSON file, generate embeddings for text chunks, and use those embeddings in finding the most relevant ones related to the given query. It uses the nearest neighbors algorithm. The major steps involve reading and extracting data from the JSON file, finding the closest embeddings to a given query embedding, and assembling a response out of the most similar chunks. This is a prompt that summarizes the relevant chunks and provides an instruction on how the user's questions should be answered briefly. User stories. The first user story is, as a student, I want to be able to have a program help organize my work and schedules so I can increase my efficiency and have more time for relaxing and spending time with my family. The second user story is, as a student, I want to be able to ask OpenAI for good strategies on efficient time management, so eventually I can be better at making my own schedule.
Okay, so this is our improvement plan. So in one of the cases, the user will ask a question. The question goes to OpenAI, and then it gets its answers from the knowledge base, which it will be expanded to include PDF files, HTML files, etc. And then it'll return the most similar paragraphs, and OpenAI will return the answer. And in the improvement plan, you will not need to submit PDF files anymore, and we plan on connecting it to your Google Classroom. So instead of you submitting the files, it can just access them straight from your classroom. OpenAI will retrieve the homework status, and then it'll send a notification if the assignment is due within 1 day and is still unsubmitted. And it can also create a schedule for you based on an existing one if you have one. So, yeah. And now I guess it's time for the live demo. So Riley, could you stop sharing your screen? Thank you. Let me just... Okay, so can you guys see this? Taking that as a yes. So I have one scenario set up. So it says, please prioritize my homework, and it has some files. So if I just click submit, this might take a while. What the heck? Oh, that's weird. 1 second, let me just... Let me just rerun the program. So I guess in the meantime, while I wait for the program to run and... never mind. So let me just try this. Okay, here we go. So let's just click submit and wait a little. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it has organized it into 3 columns with subject, due date, priority. And then the one that is closest in due date will be priority number 1. The one that I listed as easiest and is also the second closest due date is second, the one that's slightly harder is third, and then the ones with the due dates that are furthest away are last. So now let me just run this one. And yeah, it sources this information from this newsletter, page 2, and then it says time management is the ability to manage one's time effectively to focus on results rather than activities. Productive individuals who excel in time management can meet deadlines, produce quality work, maintain excellent professional reputations, achieve better work-life balance, and experience less stress. One effective method to enhance time management skills is by applying the 80-20 principle, which suggests that approximately 80% of results come from just 20% of efforts. And yeah, that's all for the demo.
Thank you so much for presenting, Riley and Andrew. Now we're gonna move on to the second presentation with Jasper and Zachary. Whenever you're ready.
Can you hear us or hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can we start?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Picture your essay being due the next day while you are just endlessly scrolling through social media carelessly without any aim. You know your homework is due, but you don't care, which is mostly caused by the heavy amounts of reeling. Your anxiety and stress levels are so high, but you just try to shake it off. Hey everyone, thank you for all being here today. I'm Zachary, accompanied with Jasper, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Focus Friend, an app designed to help reduce screen time and promote a more balanced, mindful style. In today's digital age, we're all glued to our screens, whether it's social media, streaming, or work-related apps. Focus Friend is here to help us regain control over all the terror technology has taken over us.
So imagine you could break free from all the social media restraints and distractions while keeping it fun and rewarding. You could be so productive. You have so much potential, and it all just lies within this spot.
So here's a little introduction about me. I'm Zachary. I'm an alpine skier. I play a variety of instruments, and I also play rep soccer.
I'm Jasper. I play rap hockey, and I play a variety of instruments too, mainly piano.
So here's the problem. I will let Jasper say this.
Okay, so an average Canadian spends around 2.5 hours daily on social media. Can you just imagine how much time that is? To compare, we spend around only 1.5 hours eating, and that's just because it's essential and it's vital for our body. Social media is completely voluntary and optional, and Social media is not only bad for you, it increases anxiety and stress levels, which is proven to have such a negative impact on your health. It also we also want healthier digital habits with like the enjoyment of social media. We can use social media sometimes, but we can't just scroll endlessly on Facebook or Instagram with just out any aim. So our impact of the solution, we're trying to get Focus Friend to help users reduce social media use by around 30%, which is quite a lot if you think about it. And we're trying to avoid the negative toll on their mental health while maintaining enjoyable interactions with the human.
Now, here's where our new app, Focus Friend, comes in. Focus Friend provides a balance between healthy screen time limits and fun breaks. Now, Focus Friend is not some crazy application from a new idea. It's similar to something like Opera GX or something that takes over your screen, takes over and helps maybe run. For example, if I have something like I don't know, any application. We've all seen them on YouTube ads and everything like that. We know that there are these apps that can maybe help us with run our monitor smoother or have higher FPS. Focus Friend is very similar to these types of programs. What Focus Friend does is it offers real-time engagement and positive reinforcements through achievements, such as through rewards and reminders as well, turning good habits into a rewarding experiences. Studies show that even just reducing screen time by 30 minutes a day leads to significant improvement in our mood, in our everyday behavior, decreasing these depressive symptoms by 35%. Here's a user story example. As a busy student, such as like Sarah's a university student struggling with procrastination due to excessive social media use on Instagram. She spends over 3 hours a day on various platforms, which affects her study routine and focus. Now, she downloads Focus Friend and sets personalized time caps for her social media apps, limiting herself to 1.5 per day. The app reminds her to take breaks and suggests mindfulness exercises when she hits her time limit. Over time, she sees a marked improvement in her productivity and academic performance. Sarah also loves earning points for sticking to her goals, which she redeems for fun wellness challenges.
So what we want to do is there are multiple different actually astounding features that we want Focus Friend to have. So Focus Friend would obviously have time limits, which can be paired with goals. So like Zachary just mentioned, someone can say their average use of time limits their average use on social media was 3 hours. They could probably limit it little by little. So on the first day, you can limit it to 2 hours, and then 1 hour, and then 45 minutes. And then over time, you could see significant improvement and impact by just limiting yourself towards these social media limits. And we also have breaks adjustments. So what this means is like instead of like keeping on scrolling through social media, we can play quick games, take the stroll outside, exercise, and even mindful activities, maybe like meditating or doing yoga even. This is proven to help stimulate the mind and actually like calm the body, which reduces stress and anxiety, which leads to better productivity and more work done. Progress tracking, which is like how much you've improved. So we would have a graph on how like things would be measured, like to see if you're really improving or you're actually not improving and you're getting worse. And finally, we got fun rewards. So we can earn points every time we stay within the limits, or we don't even have to be reminded. And these rewards can help motivate people to actually stop before the time limit, which ultimately helps people focus and get more done. So our research insight is reducing screen time by 30 minutes a day leads to 35% fewer depressive symptoms, which is cited from the University of Pennsylvania.
This topic because we all know that social media is very valuable, but often consumes too much of our time. Social media is a rising concern, and so we chose this topic to create a tool that can help users control their digital habits while keeping things enjoyable. Focus Friend addresses the growing need for balance, helping users stay productive while maintaining a fun side of social media.
Okay, so there are many people who actually take a mental toll on social media. However, our bot, Focus Friend, can actually help many different types of people, like social media influencers, students, most importantly, teachers, overworried or stressful parents, and even professionals. So picture the mindful parent, Mariah, who is a parent who wants to be more present with her family, but often gets caught scrolling through social media during her downtime. She doesn't want to get caught looking at other families' happy days, but she just can't help it. However, Mariah downloads Focus Friends and sets up custom limits to reduce her social media time to just 1 hour per day. When she reaches her limit, the app suggests alternatives like short family activities or self-care exercises. Similarly, take a look at John, who is a professional but also caught up between the dark web of uh, scrolling through social media. So he uses Focus Friend to track his progress because he wants to be a productive person. He has the mindset, but he just doesn't have the will or the potential to like actually decline social media from his everyday routine. So Focus Friend really will help him and it keeps him energized throughout the day.
Now here's our bot in action. We've combined all the information we've learned from the hacker division and the pilot division to create our interface for users. We have in our website powered by Gradio, we have created 3 boxes for 3 different inputs: the text from your document, the question you'd like to insert, and the API key. Now, our AI assistant can help answer questions and extract text from a document, which we have incorporated and learned through the 3 learnathons we have participated in. Here is a demo of our bot. Okay, so this is our, oh gosh, this is our code. Yeah, and we've we've combined all the information we've learned into this to create a website. Oh wait, actually, this is gonna take a long time. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Um, so here's our website. Here we have our document. We can enter the document. So what we've done is we just have a part where you just copy and paste the document. So okay, so here we have the document. We have our question. We can ask maybe, is social media harmful? And then we would insert our API key. I should this. And then we would get a response. Yeah. And it also cites all the evidence where it has taken it from. So if you go back to the pie chart, you're able to see. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. And thank you for considering Focus Friend. Yeah, we're done.
Okay, thank you so much, Zachary and Jasper, for presenting. Now we're gonna have the third team, which is Azalea, Kevin, and Joy, team 5, whenever you're ready. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so good evening, everyone, and thank you for your time today. We are Team 5, and we're here to present our pitch. Each year, next slide, please. Each year, over 40,000 lives are lost due to natural disasters, and it is this reason that drives us to solve this problem, and therefore we aim to cut the death toll by using innovative solutions. Next slide. So this evening, our presentation will begin with me introducing the members of our group, followed by a discussion on the topic we've chosen, including why we believe this issue is important. Oh, wait, sorry. Oops. Okay, wait, so this evening, our presentation will begin with me introducing the members of our group, followed by a discussion on the topic we've chosen, including why we believe this issue is important. Then Joy will be highlighting the specific problems we're tackling. And finally, Kevin will present our solutions, walk you through our prototype, and provide a conclusion. And in the end, we'll be open to any given questions. Next slide. So our group is made up of 3 members: Kevin Lin, who will be talking about the technical aspects; Joy Fu, who will be providing insight into the problems and challenges we face; and myself, Azalea Li. And we're excited to share our visions with you. I don't think Joy is here, so.
No, she's here.
Oh.
I am lagging.
Never mind. I think she just left.
Okay, so I'll just talk about this. So why did we choose the topic on disaster relief? So we chose the topic because most people do not like do not know what to do in a situation or scenario of natural disasters, and they're scared because I don't think anyone wants to lose their life. And so our website it educates and also it guides people on like what to do in a specific natural disaster so people are more confident in a situation. What does our website do? Our website tells the user what to do in a specific situation. So, for example, if the user inputs hurricane in the text box given, the website would tell them what to do in a hurricane situation, what like numbers to call, and how to prepare. Also, the website has different tabs like preparedness, emergency contacts, or etc. And so it make you feel safer. Okay, so the problem is that most people do not know how to stay safe in a natural disaster situation, which really gets them and makes them feel uncomfortable and unsafe. Now, how do we fix the problem? So how? So we basically created a website with the help of ChatGPT 4.0 to solve the problem. Why? A website is an effective way because it is easily accessed and also it can hold a lot of information. So for example, all you need is really like a device to access a website, and also a website can include anything you want. So like it can include the most information that you need and make the user feel the most comfortable. And what? Our website has everything you need to know when it comes to a natural disaster, like what to do, how to prepare, emergency contacts, and other websites to visit. Prototype and conclusion. So here is a picture of our website. I will show you the website after our pitch. Okay, summary. What have we told you today? Well, we have told you a few things. Over 40,000 people die from natural disasters every year. We chose this topic, disaster relief, because most people do not know what to do in a situation. That our topic tells the user what to do in a specific situation. The problem that most people do not know what to do, and they're scared and makes them feel uncomfortable. And our solution, which you make a website with everything you need to know, like other websites, emergency contacts, what to do, preparedness, and what to have with you in a situation. Thank you for listening. Any questions? Okay, so I'll be showing you the website now. Okay, so here you can enter like any type of natural disaster. Let's just say earthquake. So earthquake, and then you press get advice, and then it says advice for earthquake, what to do. If you're indoors, drop cover and hold on. If outdoors, move away from buildings, street lights, and utility wires. Here's emergency contacts, and also preparedness tips like keeping an emergency kit, secure heavy objects, and know your safe spots. So like where to go. Here we have a preparedness tab. So it's basically telling you how to prepare and tips for like a natural disaster. It's like have an emergency kit ready with food, water, and supplies for at least 72 hours. Know the evacuation routes in your area. Secure heavy furniture to the walls to prevent falling. Practice earthquake, fire, or flood drills with your family, and keep important documents in a waterproof container. Next we have emergency contacts. So basically, we have every like few countries, and they're like emergency numbers. For example, Canada and the US both have 911 for ambulance, police, and firefighters. This might come in handy because, for example, if somebody's injured or needs medical attention, they can just call 911 and ask for an ambulance, which can help them. European Union and United Kingdom and Australia all have the numbers 112, 999, and 000, which all do the same thing. So you would know what to call, no matter what country you are in. Next, we have the disaster resources. So here we have a few links that will help you prepare or talk about natural disasters. For example, American Red Cross, you would click on it and then it would bring you right to the website. Yeah. So yeah, these websites basically just help you and make you feel more secure and safe. Finally, we have an About Us tab and like our mission and of what we are, and yeah. And here we have like another home button. We can go back. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Wait, I have one question, Kevin. So, for project management, do you guys have like the roles of each one would do? Like what we mentioned, like Agile Scrum, does every member of your team have their roles, their sprint activities and what they do, like something like that? If you do, please share it.
Yeah, so like basically each member of our team is assigned to do a specific thing. For example, I would do like the coding, or like Joy would do like the documents on user stories and all of that.
Great. All right, thank you so much. So now we're gonna move on to our last speech, Tina and Claire, whenever you're ready.
Okay, hi everyone. Today I'm going to be introducing to you guys the Curious Minds Academy Helper Bot, and I'm Tina and my partner is Claire. So Curious Minds Academy, empowering the next generation. Curious Minds Academy is a forward-thinking educational institution designed for families seeking an affordable yet premium learning experience for their children. We cater to young learners who are eager to expand their knowledge across a wide range of subjects, including technology, science, language, math, and the arts. Our purpose is to cultivate a lifelong love of learning by providing advanced, personalized education. We make high-quality education accessible to everyone. Our helper bot can aid our students in learning and make it an even better experience.
Curious Minds Academy is not only an investment in a child's intellectual growth, but a community hub for families who value curiosity, creativity, and collaboration. Our programs are designed to be both affordable and enriching, ensuring that the education we offer is feasible for all families, regardless of financial limitations. We bring learning to life with engaging activities like community service events, creative crafting, field trips, and seasonal celebrations, all aimed at fostering social and emotional development. At its core, Curious Minds Academy provides an accessible premium learning experience with the goal of preparing young minds for a rapidly changing world. We go beyond traditional teaching methods, using an innovative approach to equip the next generation with the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed.
So, what does the bot do? Our bot can generate assignments that can make the students practice more about the topic or just explore. If a student still has a question, they can They have easy access to the bot and can ask any questions. The bot can provide an overview of a topic.
Example, imagine that you have an assignment on the human body. If the student has a question because he or she needs reviewing of what is in a cell or something, he or she can ask our bot for a hint using a PDF. If it's a math PDF, we can ask the GPT bot to give us a detailed but short summary.
So, by creating this project, we learned how to build a new and improved chatbot. This code retrieves and processes data from JSON to find relevant text based on a user's question. It imports several functions for embedding and optimizing text. The data is first read from a JSON file extracting chunks, text data, and their corresponding embeddings, then uses getTop embeddings related to string to find the closest matching text chunks and based on the question's embeddings. These chunks are assembled into a prompt using assemble prompt. Finally, the prompt is sent to the GPT API using a function that interfaces with DIY4Youth student API for generating a response.
What we learned in Learnathon 1, we learned about RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG is a method to improve LLM response accuracy by giving your LLM access to external data sources. We also learned how to get a PDF, split it into chunks, and we also learned about the introduction to ChatGPT, how to ask a proper question.
So this is the code for Learnathon 1.
Here in line 1, you can see that we're importing some stuff. We're importing extract text from PDF. Here it extract text from PDFs. And the PDF is cat. Well, cat PDF, I guess. And then we're defining a new one, which is called split text into chunks. So this function splits the text into chunks. And then these chunks are kind of like paragraphs. There's going to be many chunks in the PDF, so it splits it. And after each chunk, it prints 30 of the little lines, making a line, so it's just decoration.
So what we learned in Learnathon 2, we learned to use a tool or code library to learn each chunk of text into a set of numbers called embeddings. We also made a function that finds the top 5 nearest chunks for information. Example, embedding equals convert to embedding in brackets text chunk.
This is the code for Learnathon 2. In Learnathon 2, okay, so for the first 3 lines, we see that we're importing things. So first, we import question embedding, how to turn the question into embedding. We learned how to read data from JSON, and we also learned, we're also importing nearest neighbors from a library. Now we're defining a new function, which is it gets the top 5 embeddings related to the question actually. So what it does, let's say your question was, how do sedimentary rocks form? And if the PDF has that answer, it looks for paragraphs or chunks that have sedimentary rocks in it. And define pack topics over there. It means it kind of sorts the chunks, and it doesn't just squish them together. It makes them kind of spacey.
So what we learned in Learnathon 3, we learned about how to use ChatGPT API chat on the documents. We learned how to assemble a question to ask to the DIY4Youth API. A, putting the previously generated relevant text inside of the question. B, prepare instructions for the response. And C, prepare the question the user asked.
The result when it's run? Well, the final code is posted on slide 3, so this is the actual result. So, number 1, it generates embeddings, 0. blah, 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 blah. And it prints out original text in chunks. Sedimentary rocks are formed by blah, blah. And 3, it finds the top 5 nearest neighbors. Top 5 nearest neighbors, index 6, distance, something. And the answer. Well, the question was, how do sedimentary rocks form? The answer, sedimentary rocks form through the ... This is the Curious Minds Academy Curious Bot that we made last hackathon. Well, we couldn't, there was 2 tabs. So the first tab you see is chatbot, and the second one is image display. Image display shows a calendar and it shows who has lessons and stuff. I'm not really finished on this one, but it'll soon be finished.
So these are some user stories. Number 1, as a parent, I want a cheaper cost for the lesson so it's affordable. 2, as a kid, I want to have community events so that I can make new friends. 3, as a parent, I want my child to learn how to keep the environment clean so that we can play, work, and be in a clean place. 4, as a kid, I want to have different crafts so that I can use my creativity.
5, as a parent, I want to have concerts so that we can share the power of music with all. 6, as a parent, I want to be able to see where, what, and how my kids are doing in their lessons so that I can give them extra care. I am still working on this website. 7, as a hospital supporter, I want to have fundraisers so that we can have further research on many so far incurable diseases. 8, as a mother, I want my kids to be able to finish their assignment quickly, correctly, and outpassing the assignment so that the teacher can let her write a 5-page essay when the teacher only asks for a 500-word text, and that they can be the most advanced of their classes. This one was from my mom.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
I have a question. So, can you guys describe how you guys used project management in your prototype, and how you guys organized it?
Well, we first, on how we organized it, we thought of, so during our prototype, we were trying to think of what our institution, like how it would be different from everyone else. And we made sure that everything that we added in this Google Docs, Google Slides was actually doable. So all of that information that we added on the, I believe it was the second slide, just introducing what Curious Minds Academy was, we added what we thought, like how we were able to like help our community. And yeah, Claire, do you want to add anything or no?
Yes, and Tina's the product owner because she's slightly older than me, not slightly, quite older than me. I'm the Scrum Master, and we're both a development team.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Are we good to jump right into feedback then? We'll just give it like orally to all of you, group by group in chronological order. And then afterwards, we'll send you that document with all of your feedback laid out, so you get to take it home and keep. Are Legend and Evan, are both of you like okay to just start, or do you want a few minutes to process?
I'm okay to start.
So for each team, Evan's gonna give the feedback first, and I'll give about project management feedback, followed by Sophie, and go on to the next team, and stick along to listen. All right.
So,
Evan, do you want to start with team 3?
oh yeah, sure. So, wait, not that wrong. So the PDF work organizer is a well-developed tool that effectively tackles the challenges of organizing and prioritizing homework that students have. Its integration with platforms like Google Classroom, which you will add in the future, will add significant value by automating the import of assignments directly from the source, which can enhance the tool's usability and convenience. And the use of Python libraries for text extraction and keyword detection is technically sound, and the auto priority feature, which categorizes assignments based on due dates, is very practical and innovative. The prototype is well-rounded and addresses real student pain points. And through further customization, you can make it more versatile. You did struggle running the program during demo, so next time you should try to be ready and test it before you present. You had so here's my feedback for you. You had excellent technical execution with useful integration in the future for like platforms like Google Classroom. And if you can expand on user customization, it would elevate the solution further by a lot. And the pitch could have been a bit more engaging if the demo was more prepared. But overall, this was a really good tool that your explanation was really good. And I'm really proud of you guys, so I'll give you guys a 70 out of 80. So
Okay. So for Andrew and Riley, you have done really good job in project management. So you've mentioned of future steps, for example, linking OpenAI with Google Classrooms and creating calendars on both Outlook and Google. So there's a lot of you provide a lot of detailed future future planning and improvement plans. It's extremely useful for creating a long-term project and a continuous project, which is you've done a really good job on that. So you've mentioned it's a feasible plan. Me too. I think it's very feasible, very doable. And it's great that you've created a document outlining the initiating process of the whole thing. I saw that and how you guys came up with the idea. So for a few improvements, I think you guys should dedicate a few slides to the roles and using Agile and how you guys managed the project and backlog schedules and a brief overview of that and put a few slides in your presentation to demonstrate it as well. So that's all project management. You guys done really good job. I'll give you guys a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. First of all, I'll start off by saying that this was just like a really impressive presentation, and I like the concept at the core of it. Like, I would totally see myself using this when, exam season ramps up and I really need to organize my own homework, right? It's a really great concept. I like the hook that you opened with, the picture this kind of examples that make it really vivid to me. And the other thing that I liked was that you identified clear stakeholders. A lot of other teams did this as well, so really great. Few notes on what you could improve on then. The first is to use that formula explicitly because it means that you won't actually miss anything. So the formula that we gave you in the Learnathons was basically by adding this feature, X actor would benefit in Y way. And it seems a bit redundant, it seems sometimes a bit unnecessary, but it also means that you make really explicit what the feature you're actually talking about is. So instead of just saying that maybe students plan in a manageable way, I totally believe you. That's the core concept that you're basing your product on, right? You could identify one specific feature. Maybe it's the ability to put in unlimited files. Maybe it's the ability to get like instant advice, right? Maybe that benefits a student, and maybe those two features benefit a student in a different way. The next idea is just differentiation. So a lot of times when we talk about features, we want to try to differentiate our product from all of the competitors out there. And of course, there's always going to be, someone who has set up their company first, and they're going to have some features that are also really good, right? So when you're talking about your features, make sure to emphasize how you're a little bit different from them. But otherwise, overall, this was really good. Okay. Do we want to move on to the next team? You'll get your feedback sheet at the end. Evan, do you want to start off with the second presentation?
Yep. So team 2. So focus friend with Zachary and I forgot the one, but so you talked about focus friend. So focus friend offers a compromising solution for reducing social media addiction with creative features like time caps and rewards. But the idea is strong, but the implementation details, especially how the app would track limit usage in real time across platforms, remained somewhat unclear. You didn't really demonstrate that. The pitch really effectively highlighted the benefits, but could have done more to explain the underlying technology. Focus Friend is pretty promising, but it would have been a bit better if you proved and tested this app on real people. there's a here and there can be a problem like this because as you haven't really tested this yet. On that people may depend on this application in the future. They won't actually be focused on tasks they're doing, but rather the point system and the way they're getting rewards. They might want to use that a bit more. So you have a strong concept and a really good user-focused design, but the technical depth and execution details need to be fleshed out. So yeah.
Okay, for team 2, for project management, the features of your focus friend is very thoughtful. So you've mentioned you can have custom time caps, break suggestions, progressive tracking, and fun rewards. I think fun rewards is a good way to motivate the people, motivate users and people to continue using this and avoid getting addicted to social media. I can see that you guys have done research to support your prototypes, as you guys use citations and stuff in your PowerPoint to show where you got your research. This is very good. The topic you guys chose is very thoughtful and useful for people that are addicted to social media. I think that's a really good point. So, and also your project management outline is outstanding. It's very well created. You have mentioned all phases of the project management, the roles, the agile scrum. I can see the backlogs and stuff in every detail of your project. It's all mentioned and described. So here's something for your improvement. Roles can overlap sometimes if you have less people. So I see you don't have Scrum Master. So one of you two can have it because one person doesn't only have one role, you can have 2 or 3 or many more. Overall, great job managing your project. Only that small point. And one more improvement. Please also explain how you guys got the idea, like the initiation, like put a bit more in the document. I've seen it. It's in the PowerPoint. I mean, it's in your slides, which is amazing. Please also describe it in your document. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to Sophie to talk about your user story feedback.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'll start off by saying, like, this is again a really compelling concept. Great intro, by the way. And it's actually something that I do use. So I use an app that's pretty similar to this. I use Cold Turkey Blocker, and basically I can just like block off Discord, Instagram for 2 hours at a time. So it's definitely something that can be really successful and can be really well loved by your users. And I love that, you're aware of this and you try to differentiate yourselves from other apps. So I do think this stuff about game suggestions, gamifying, focusing is really innovative and is probably necessary for the success of your product. My question for you is, you can think about this, not necessarily something you have to implement, but my question is, what's my way out, right? Say I have a really important message I have to reply to, but I've blocked myself off or I've used up all my screen time and I'm like, shoot, what do I do? Yeah, so might be something you want to think about. One idea that I've seen floating out there is basically pay to get a way out. And this is also the way you could earn profit, right? So if someone wants to escape their block or extend their screen time by 30 minutes to reply to something important, they can pay like $5. Maybe that money goes to you, maybe that money goes to charity, whatever. But it's a way for you to earn a little bit of money. And it's a way to make it a little bit more foolproof to a user. I like the user stories, especially the identification of stakeholders. One comment for one of them is just to separate some of your user stories into maybe 2 when they get a little bit big. So you talk about one of them being, as a busy student, I want Focus Friend to limit my social media time so that I can stay focused on my tasks while still getting some breaks. That's kind of 2 features in one. So a simple solution is just to separate them, and then you get your 2 key features and you've covered that requirement, right? So you can say 1, I want it to prevent me from logging onto social media. That's done. Very clear feature. 2, I get burned out when I work for too long. So I do want some breaks. I want some mental stimulation and some entertainment. Another key feature, you've got them both down. Yeah. But I do really like your examples. I like that you actually add names and personas that make it a little bit more tangible. Last thing, sorry, this is a little bit long, is your Gradio user interface. So I really appreciate actually all of the teams for making a prototype that is so usable. But I will say that your Gradio user interface looks a little bit different from what you describe your features to actually be. And that's not an inherently bad thing. Both are really great ideas. And, we always do encourage you to be ambitious when you describe, features that you want, right? Some of it is hard to implement in just Gradio. But it would be really beneficial for you to give us like a hypothetical prototype, maybe some images or a collage piece together. Just make sure the features that you actually have or you actually have visualized are aligned with the benefits that you describe. Overall, really good. Thanks, guys. So next, Evan, do you want to start on team 5, so the disaster prep? Evan, maybe he's lagging a little bit. Group 3.
Yeah. So team 5, so disaster preparation. So you guys developed a really a functional and meaningful website that was aimed at guiding users through disaster preparedness and providing emergency context. But the picture was really clear. The prototype demonstrated potential and to be highly useful in real world situations. But this solution isn't really that beneficial. It's sort of already a real thing. It's if you just go on Google or go on some national some government websites, people can go on Google and just search that up. Let's say how to survive a hurricane rather than going on this website. So my feedback, it's a solid and practical solution, but it already exists and there's ways to solve this problem. So yeah, if you guys can find better ways or more of some ways that haven't been introduced to the real world yet, and you find that may be successful, that would be a really good idea.
Okay, so now for your project management document. I see your document has of the initiation process is very descriptive. You've mentioned how you guys came up with the idea. You brainstormed several, like disaster relief, health resources hub, a lot of that. You've shown a lot of details of your brainstorming process and initiating. To determine which process will be more impactful, you've analyzed the urgency and relevancy of each idea. You discussed the challenges, and you highlighted the importance of having a comprehensive resources. So there's really a lot of details and really, really well done on that. Besides that, you've also mentioned the role of each person during your presentation. So Kevin and Azalea are coding, Joy is a management plan. That's very well done. But also please mention these like the roles and stuff in your project management document as well. For a few more improvements, please make sure to include more details of our project, like a backlog or schedule, parts of your project and how you guys done it, how you guys plan for it, how you guys managed it in your document. Please also mention the team roles as well, product owner, scrum master, team development team and stuff like that. But overall, great job.
Okay, cool. So I'll start by saying great visuals right off the bat. This was really impressive. Like it caught my eye immediately. Love the slides and especially love the demo. I think this is the most sophisticated website that we've seen so far. Yeah, so visually very compelling. Comments then. First, I want you to make this a little bit more specific if we're going by specifically about user stories. Make this explicit about the specific stakeholders that we care a lot about. So everything that you do, every feature that you've implemented has somebody's needs in mind. We just need you to tell us who that somebody is because we know that because you've done, a really great job making those features. So is this for people who are like in the middle of crisis, totally panicking? Is this for people who just want to be really well prepared? Is this to take the load off of, law enforcement or police and fire services who are totally overwhelmed during a crisis, right? The second comment, and this kind of follows up with what Evan was talking about earlier, is just we want you to take advantage of the best features of AI. And maybe generative AI, especially ChatGPT, doesn't necessarily give you the most amazing information, right? Sometimes it's not totally accurate, or sometimes it generalizes a little bit. But its best ability is to be able to hold a conversation like a human, right? To have that memory of what you asked first and to respond, and to ask follow-up questions to you and hold a conversation with you. So implementing in your website the ability to ask follow-up questions, for example, or have a full conversation might be really, really helpful for someone who's still confused. And so that is the edge, just an idea, not necessarily something you have to implement, but that could be the edge that makes your product really great and differentiates it from everything existing just on the market and on Google. It's an idea with a lot of impact, and a lot of potential. So yeah, really great job. Okay. Evan, do you want to talk about our last team? Last but not least.
Yeah. So Curious Minds Academy. So the team designed a really innovative educational platform focusing on personalized learning for children. The concept of using RAG, so retrieval augmented generation, to enhance chatbot functionality is pretty impressive. The project addresses a real need for accessible education. But the prototype still feels like it lacks clear demonstrations on how these advanced features will integrate with a learning platform. So more focus on user engagement and scalability could heavily improve the product. So you had great technical groundwork, but it needs more details on practical application and scalability.
Okay. So for Tina and Claire, really good project. For project management, you've done a really good job in talking about it. You, in your intro slide, you thought about your institution and how you can make your thing different from others. You showed your brainstorming process, lots of details, really good job. You've made sure your thing is feasible and doable, and that's a really important part of project management as well. It helps minimize the risks and failures of that. So it's great you guys did that. It's great that you guys thought about that to make sure your project is actually doable and feasible. Your initiation process was added to the intro slide, which is great. And you guys have mentioned your roles of your team. Tina is a product owner, Claire is Scrum Master, and both of you are development team. Really great job. And great managing the project. I see your product is very well made and really successful. But next time, one improvement, please add the info about project management and the initiation process outline in a separate document. And in that document, please also include how you guys did the backlogs, the roles of your members, and just project management stuff in that document. But overall, really good job.
Okay, cool. Yeah, closing out. So great user stories. I think this is the most that we've seen so far, and all of them are really high quality, so I really appreciate that. First, some notes on the visual aspect. I would have preferred less cluttered slides. So if any of you have ever heard like the 6-sentence rule, or the 6 points rule, I guess. It's like 6 words and then 6 sentences max on a slide. That allows a reader to just scan it quickly and pay a lot of attention and way more attention to what you're actually saying, because that's what we care about, right? The slides are just a visual aid. Let's talk about user stories. So these are great. You talk about how parents want cheap education, they want it to be affordable, how kids want community events, parents want their kids to be really successful and do really well, particularly like the last one, it was very detailed and specific. But I will say that this is quite a lot, right? And so not necessarily a bad thing, but the best way to maybe communicate a whole lot of ideas, because I know you want a whole bunch of features implemented, is to organize them by category and do it by priority, right? So maybe the kids' needs come before the parents. Maybe you want to do this by chronological order. Like this one specific feature is integral to the entire project, and we can't do anything else without it. Maybe that one's going to go first. Maybe you want to bold it or something, right? Maybe parents' needs come before teacher needs or sponsor needs, etc., etc. And that makes your great ideas into a better package that's easier for us to understand. Yeah, but overall, great job, and great job to all of the teams. Okay, cool. Legend, do you want to reshare and actually we can announce a winner? Actually, we do need to add up points. Guys, take a break for like 5 minutes and we'll do that.
So actually for the best team, we're gonna post it within 12 hours. We're gonna post it tomorrow. So check back on Discord tomorrow. And we're also gonna post it on WeChat probably as well. So here's the award. If you know, there's a bot in our server, a currency game bot, a moderation, DIY4Youth bot. So the award for that is 37 DIY bucks, virtual money, of course. So yeah, of course, it's a bot. If you haven't done so, please check it out. It's really fun. So that's the award to every person in the winning team. All right, I really recommend checking it out. All right, back to the showcase. So I'm gonna invite Sophie Li to do an outro for us.
Okay, cool. There's not much to say because you guys really did an incredibly impressive job. Like I saw the first presentation, I was like, this is going to be a really great day. These are things that honestly I wouldn't be able to do when I was, in like 6th grade. So this is really impressive. And we're all really, really proud of your hard work. Thank you all for submitting things on time in such a short time frame. And to be able to do this in like the span of 24 hours. Really, really great. Yeah, so thank you all for joining. And DIY4Youth is going to continuously put out new events. We're going to put out new learnathons, new things to teach you. Make sure to stay in that server and just be on the lookout for more things to join us with. Yeah, we'll announce the winner later. We'll send out feedback forms to you as soon as possible. But otherwise, thanks so much. Any other comments from Legend or Evan?
No, not really. I thought you all did a really great job as well. Very surprised with the results you guys had. So yeah.
So I'm really happy to all of you guys using project management or in a very short time. So very good job to all of you guys. You can leave now if you want. If you have a question, you can free to ask.
What's after the piloton?
So there are 2 more levels after pilot, the innovator and entrepreneur levels. But we're also going to host novice divisions every around 2 months or so. So keep an eye on the Discord and WeChat too for upcoming events. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Bye bye.